As we saw before, we can preview IWML from within Delphi. However, just for playing around or debugging, there is an easier way using a utility called IWML Runner. There are also online versions called Interweb Fiddler and Interweb Piddler. IWML Runner allows you to play with IWML easily and preview it. To preview it, you can use F9 or select a browser on the toolbar. In a future release, IWML Runner will be available to preview directly in its own window without needing to launch a browser. We are going to use Chrome App Mode, so there is no toolbar or menu. This is a simple IWML file. Let's take a look at some more complex ones. IWML Runner is associated with IWML files, so to open it, we can just double-click any IWML file. Previously, we saw a very simple IWML. This is Monster IWML, which is one of the many IWML tests we use. In Monster, we can see layouts embedded in other layouts, Markdown, and other features. We will cover Markdown a little bit later. Notice the lines? Those are debug borders. Normally they are off, but can be turned on when debugging custom control code. We can comment them out with a hash mark and retest. Now the debug borders are gone. IWML can be used to test full applications also, if they contain client-side code. Here we have a guest demo completely written in TypeScript. Guest IWML also makes use of data binding. There are two ways to data bind. You can directly bind to a property, or you can bind in Markdown. In this case, we are binding to a code behind object. Data binding also works with REST, which we will demonstrate later. Here is the code for our guest application. Our data bindings reference fields in the code behind class using this keyword, and the fields guess and count that abound to are seen here. Otherwise, the code is simple, straightforward logic. Note again that it only deals with controls and does not need to interact with the HTML or DOM directly. When we run it, you can see it is fully functional. IWML Runner can be used to test custom controls also. Here we see the chart.js control. By uncommenting the chart type property, we can change it to a pie chart. Another custom control is the full calendar control. Now let's take a quick look at Markdown. IWML Markdown is used to format and otherwise modify text content. Markdown can be used to provide data binding in the middle of other text content as well. We saw this in the guest demo. Markdown supports bold, italic, special characters, data binding, style support, URL links, and more. You can even extend Markdown with your own custom tags, either globally or on a specific page. A to Z uppercase is an example of this. It is a sample extension to uppercase text. With a single line, we added our own custom tag. And here is our output. And as you can see, our uppercase tag also worked. Finally, let's show data binding with REST. This IWML has a REST data source. This can be any JSON source that returns JSON data. You can use Delphi to expose this to interweb, or in the near future you can use interweb 17's transparent REST support, which will automatically convert datasets into REST for you. Once we have a dataset and have named it, we can then data bind to it easily. Note that even the progress bar is using data binding, but binds to properties of the IWML dataset rather than the JSON data itself. We also have code to provide client-side navigation without needing to fetch new data from the server. IWML has built-in cursor support and supports multiple cursors per dataset. Remember the status bar and text? Both are updated purely using data binding. No user code was written to update these. This concludes our IWML demonstration.